I did have to comment on yet the latest example of the age-old maxim, get woke, go broke. And now it's coming from the Olympics and the Winter Olympics coming from Cortina, Italy. I'm just so sad about that. I mean, athletes are so ideologically gullible. I mean that. It's sad the way the legacy media is so easily able to goad them into vomiting their disdain for President Trump and Trump's America. And the latest here is coming from the American skater Amber Glenn, who apparently is not representing the United States, but instead has decided that she's going to represent the LGBT community.
Yeah, it's been a hard time for the community overall under this administration. It isn't the first time that we've had to come together as a community and try and fight for our human rights, and now especially it's not just affecting the queer community but many other communities, and I think that we are able to support each other in a way that we didn't have to before, and because of that it's made us a lot stronger. I hope I can use my platform and my voice throughout these games to try and encourage people to stay strong in these hard times. I know that a lot of people will say, you're just an athlete, like stick to your job, shut up about politics, but politics affect us all. It is something that I will not just be quiet about because it is something that affects us in our everyday lives. So, of course, there are things that I disagree with, but as a community, we are strong and we support each other, and brighter days are ahead of us.
What a bunch of utter meaningless platitudes. I mean, seriously, think about the level of ideological brainwashing you have to go through to even remotely conceive of the world like that. This active athlete just basically said that she's using her platform, this platform that our nation gave to her, to be a voice for a community that is not specific to our nation. I mean, you heard her say it. This is all about, quote, human rights. It's not about American values. It's about human rights. And human rights, by definition, transcend nation, culture, custom, tradition, land, inheritance. They are globalist values. What you just heard in that rather incoherent rant was a literal babble of the globalization of American sport. But it didn't stop with her. There's also the American skier by the name of Eileen Gu. She's an American-born athlete. She's American through and through, and yet she's competing on behalf of China. And she decided she wanted to chime in and bash her own actual country. She criticized President Trump for calling out Hunter Hess and his comments about having mixed emotions about representing our country. You're right, I don't know if you saw that, I did a video on that. He said, just because I represent a flag doesn't mean I represent everything the flag stands for, which, yes, you do, but regardless. So this China sellout, this Eileen Gu, had the gall to criticize President Trump for calling out that nonsense. So Laura Ingraham didn't miss a beat. She tweeted out, very nice, Eileen. Now let's hear your thoughts on the Uyghurs. Boom! Right? Mic drop. You want to talk about politics, Eileen? Sounds great. What's your thoughts on the country you represent and their treatment of the Uyghurs? And Laura went even further. She noted that no American sports writer will ask Chinese athletes about Jimmy Lai, who was just sentenced to death in China for publishing truth. They don't care about freedom. They don't care about America. They just hate Trump. Bottom line, that's all this is. They hate Trump. That's what this goading is for the media. They hate Trump more than they love truth. Again, these are people who couldn't even tell you what a woman is, so they don't know what truth is.